Okay, today is March 26, 2022, and here is episode number 3. So today I just took the plants out here in the sun to harden it off. So I'm going to leave it here in the sun, full sun, for around 15 minutes, and I'll monitor it, and then I'll take it out of the sun if there's signs of wilt. And if there's no signs of wilt, I'll leave it longer. And so I'll just keep an eye on it, because you don't want to just take it out of the tent and directly into full sun all day long. It's going to burn. So go through the same procedure. Just monitor the plants. The leaves are very tender, so they may shrivel up or wilt very quick, so just watch it. So I'm going to monitor this, and then I'll take it out of the sun. And then the next day I'll do it again, and then I'll do it for like a week. And then we're going to transplant it. Okay, today is April 26th, so it has been exactly 1 month since we took the plants outside. And I basically left the plants here, and I've been so busy, so I haven't done anything to it. So they have been growing like crazy, outgrowing the containers. And today we need to take these guys out because there is just no room left in there, and some of them have started to flower right here. So we are going to remove some of these out and then plant them into our raised beds. The weather is surprisingly still pretty cool right now. It's a little bit unusual because this time of the year it's supposed to be up in the 80s and stuff like that, but we're still getting low in the high 50s, and then in the afternoon it goes to 70 and 80, but that's still a pretty good weather and very unusual. So let's go ahead and take some of these here and transplant them. And I've done a few already, but I'll take you through the process. We're doing it the lazy way this time because I gotta get this done quickly. So let's go ahead and transplant some. Okay, so as you can see, I have not cleared out the vegetable yet, and they are still doing so amazing because of the great weather. And so let me give you a sneak peek of all of these arugula. I need to harvest all of these here, and then take the space and put peppers. And here I have already harvested some, so the peppers are gonna go one here and one there. Okay, so just in case you're wondering how in the world are we gonna separate these and plant them without problems. So you shouldn't let them grow like this in a container. You should divide them much earlier. So anyway, let's go ahead and I'll show you a way to divide them. They're pretty tough, so a little damage is okay. So here, you see they're all tangled. Basically, the roots are all over the place. And so what we're going to do is we're going to loosen it up right here. Okay, and we're just gonna pull them apart. You try to disturb the roots as little as possible, and so a little damage is okay. So now that you loosen it up, you see, so that's still very good. And then when you plant these, it's not gonna be any problems. And there you have it. And then another thing that I would always do is clear out these bottom leaves right here, because these are gonna go down in the soil. So I clear it just around like that, and then check the bottom. Sometimes you might have aphids, and when they're this small, it's easier to to check and make sure there's nothing on here. You can also spray it down with the water like this. And that would also work. Okay, so dig a hole big enough and deep enough for the roots to all go in. And then you just put them back. Push it down a little bit to get rid of the pockets in there. And then, you can get rid of the bottom leaves if you need to, because those, you don't want those touching the soil anyway. So I'll just get rid of a few. And there you have it. So let's go ahead and give it some water. And you can see here, the plant has started to produce flowers, and we're still pretty early, so I don't want any flowers yet. So let's go ahead and pull this off. And that is not recommended always, because depending on how long your season is, that could set your plant back quite a bit. But I have a long season, so it's okay. Okay, so there we have it. So I'm gonna transplant a few more, and then I will show you when I'm done. Okay, so here is what I have transplanted so far. So here we have some chocolate factory in this pot here. A bunch more need to be transplanted soon. And here we have the Texas Crimson Bonnet. This is a chocolate version. These are just volunteer. This is a Gangster Yellow. I started from seed right there. More volunteers. This is a Sweet Linzo here. And we have some Peach Pumpkin right here. And another one over there. So I need to clear out all of these vegetables here. Lots of vegetables left. And this is a habanero that I grew a while ago, all through winter. I covered it with a cup, and I'm surprised it made it. And then there's one right here as well. That one made it through winter. And then in this vegetable bed here, I have, this is the Stargazer right here. Pretty good size. So I need to clear all of these out to give it space. And here's another one. This is the Stargazer Red here. And what we have here, Stargazer as well. And this is a Peach Pumpkin. Here we have a Reaper. And then this is one of the plants that I transplanted from the mini system hydroponic into soil. So I made a video on this, so I will link you to the video. These are ghost pepper that I planted in winter. They almost died, but I covered them up, and so they kind of made it right here. And so we'll see if they'll do okay. And some volunteers over here. And then the 2 Super Pekin that we just transplanted today. So those are all I have so far. So I'll continue transplanting and then adding it to this update. Okay, today is May 5th and I am doing more transplanting. So I've done a lot of the clearing for the vegetables. Got rid of everything. And then these are scarlet roses that I just put out right there. And here's lemon starburst and peach star kiss. Man, they're just dying to get out of there. And the sweet linzos that I've transplanted already, they started to fruit. So you see here, the fruits there, and then this here, they're flowers forming into fruits. And then this one here, I actually plucked the top off because I didn't want it to fruit. And I talked about this before. If I leave the fruits just like that, it's gonna slow down the plants. It's not gonna grow much more. It'll grow a little bit, but very slow, because the energy is now gonna be shifted into fruit production, as opposed to this one where I pulled off the fruiting part, and so it goes back into vegetative mode, so it's gonna grow more. And that is exactly what I want. I don't want these guys to fruit yet. And the reason they started to fruit so early is because we left them in a small container. They don't have space to grow, and so they started to fruit. So because my season is very, very long, I'm gonna get rid of those fruits and have the plant start over. So usually what I do is, see that? It may sound very painful to do this, but it's gonna be better for the plant. Just pull those off so that the plant can go back into growing mode. And this one as well. I'm just gonna pull them all off. And I actually don't like the way this one looks, so I'm just gonna pinch that off. Yeah, this one as well. I just don't like the way it looks. So yeah, so it does look very bad, and it does take a while for the plants to come back. And again, don't do this if you have a short season, because it's going to be a huge setback. And here's another one. You see here, this one already has fruit. Because I don't have any more space for it, so I just placed it running in here with my herb. So I'm just gonna leave that one so that we can get fruit early and use it. So that one's gonna be left alone. It should be fine. I'll just fertilize it a little bit, and it'll grow. And here are some more sweet linzos. This one here, you see? So like everything is grown right there at the tip. So I'm just gonna pull this one off. I'm not ready for this one to fruit yet. Same with this one. Okay, so yeah, we'll be back, and the next update you see, we're gonna have a lot of plants, or pepper plants, in the raised beds, because I've given a lot of the vegetables away, so I have more space now. Alright, today is May 11th, 2021, and I have everything pretty much transplanted into the raised beds. And I always do this every season. I plant more plants in a small space than I should. This raised bed should only have 3 to 4 plants at the most. But it's because I didn't want to lose these plants. And so I just squeezed them all together. So eventually they're going to fight for space. So here are scarlet roses. And then the middle are the, let's see, the lemon starburst. And then the rear, those are the peach star-kissed. And then here we have some super pekins. And then over there we have the Starr Scream. And these are the ones that I pinched the top off, and look at that, it grew back. This one I didn't pinch it off, but then later I decided to, so I pinched it off. So it's a little bit delay more than that. And this one here, I pinched it off as well because it was starting to fruit. If you go back to the early videos, you will see in the beginning when I transplanted them. And same with this, I plucked the top off with these guys as well. And so now, you see, the shoots are coming back. This guy here was from Hydroponic. I did a video on this a while back, so I will link you guys so you can see. Look how beautiful it is. It's the biggest plant right now. And this one is also from Hydroponic. I just needed space, so I took this guy out and then I replaced that with something else in the hydroponic system. And here within the raised bed, the herb raised bed, I have you hear the sweet linzo. You see this one I left alone. I didn't pinch it off. And you're gonna notice that this guy is gonna grow much slower because it's focusing on fruit production right now, so it won't grow too much. In here I have let's see here, that's a white tie right there, and I think those are white ties over there as well. And then I have chocolate crimson bonnet I need to transplant. And those are white Thai over there, I think. Yeah, those are white Thai. This one is the Niwaki. And in my vegetable bed here, I mixed in, let's see, what is this? Super pekins. That's a super pekin there. Okay, and in my bucket here, let's see, I think this is a volunteer or something I forgot to label. Let's see, some figs over there. And then here's my Reaper. I'm growing Reaper again this year, guys. I love the Reaper. It's a very pretty plant. This one here also came from Hydroponic. Look at that. Those guys are just having a huge head start over the rest. And here, I think these are yellow flames. And then I have some, let's see, sweet linzo. And Starr Scream right there. Or maybe a sweet linzo. I'll have to check. There's a sign back there. And then I got some pepper in a can here. Sweet linzo. Those are just for fun. Okay, so here we have more yellow flames and lemon starburst somewhere in there. These two here, the baby ones. And let's see, those are white Thais back there. And Stargazer. I need to clear the vegetables. Stargazer here. It started to put out flowers, so I've been pulling it off because it's too small to be having fruits right now, so I don't want it to fruit anyway. And then you see these little bites right here? Those are from the roly-polies. Usually I would pull some dead vegetable and put it around here to attract them. So I need to do that. So I just pull the vegetable like that and put it in a pile, and that would attract them so that they don't eat my peppers like that. Okay, and over here we have some more white Thais. And this is a pepino melon. So I'm growing, I think, a few of those this year. And so there's some more space I need to clear, and so I may put something else there. And this is called the Hawaiian chili. So I'm very excited about that one. I really like those. And those are volunteer, and I think those are the Thai variety that I grew last year. So they drop seeds and they're grown again. And here we have some orange flames, and as you can see, I chopped the top off of these. Actually, I need to do this one. There we go. Chop those off. And I did that for these, you see, because I don't want them to fruit right now. I need them to grow. And same for that. Those are also the same variety. And then these here are the Starr Scream. You see, I chopped the top off as well. And here we have some peach pumpkin. And there's another one over there, peach pumpkin. So those should be growing. I'm gonna clear the vegetables very soon. And check out these white Thai volunteers, guys. I threw a white Thai pod in here, or seed. I just scattered them everywhere. And look at that. So if I have issues with the other plants in the raised bed, I'll have backups right here. And here I have the backup lingrias. Look at all these lingrias, guys. I had the old plant that was sitting here with a bunch of dried up pods. So I crushed all of the seeds and I just left them there, and look at that. They're just a ton of them. So those are my backups. Here we have peach star kissed here. Sweet linzo, growing great. Look at it. I topped this guy as well, and now it's spreading out like crazy. Already fruiting, look at that. These are volunteers again. And then I have the Khang yellow, small. These are, I think they're volunteers as well. And then here we have Texas crimson bonnet, looking beautiful. And here we have the chocolate factory. This is an extra plant. Wow, it's already fruiting. I'm just gonna leave that one. Okay, so here are the few more that we have transplanted earlier. These are Niwakis. Pretty cool looking plants. They're gonna produce like crazy. And these are chocolate factories over here. And you see, look at these. These are the ones that I just left alone without pinching the top. And so they're already starting to bloom. And these as well. There we are. Okay, so that is all for this update. So we will pick up again very soon.